Chillins. We missed you. First things first, we have to apologize to Mary from the bakery on Swipset Road. She was very offended by the use of a shank fork in last week's episode. Sorry. Now back to the show for some more unadulterated violence. Jemima! I mean feminism. Yes. Today's story is the story of Pride and Prejudice. It's about Elizabeth Bennet, who's a huge prude. And for those of you who don't know, a prude is a cock tease. And I hate those people. But Elizabeth kind of had to be a prude because no one was allowed to do naked stuff back in the 1400s. That's true. We should know. We were there. But see, our lives were not quite as confusing as the lives of the Bonnets. And that's where our story begins. Oh, so buckle up your butt plugs, ladies and gents, because this one is a doozy. We just watched the movie and we were confused. There's just too many cooks in the cockpit. Yes. Tally-ho! Once upon a moon, there was this family of Bonnets. No, not Bonnets. It was Benoits. Oh, yes, Benoits. They were French. Yes, there was a mom and dad and a whole bunch of children. Yes, they were named Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I think that's ducks. Yes, the Mighty Ducks. Oh, yeah, okay. So they had 3 children, the Mighty Ducks. And they had this coach who's an ex-drunk, but he's still sexy. And then they had to play this older team. No. That is not the story of Pride and Prejudice. What happened when they played the old team? Jemima, I was actually telling the story of the critically acclaimed feature film, The Mighty Ducks. But now I need to know what happened. We'll have to feature it on another episode. Although there's hardly any women in it. Hey, we could do it on National Rounds Week. When's that? I don't know. You can just pick a week, any'll do. Anywho, there was a man in Pride and Prejudice, and his name is Mr. Bingley. And he has a sultry mouth, and he likes one of the Bennet daughters. Oh! I just remembered that it's daughters, not ducks. Yes, and the 5 ex-Benedict daughters, they have to get married, or else. Or else what? I don't know. Maybe death. Anyway, Mr. Binky likes the pretty bonnet Jane, and he's all, Jane, marry me, it'll be fun. Oh, and she's all like, yuck. But really, she's like, yes. And then Mr. Bingo's friend comes along, Mr. Darcy. Oh, and Mr. Darcy's all surly in the handsome kind of way. And he says, I'm Mr. Darcy. But Elizabeth Bennet, who's our hero, even though we took forever to get to her, Serabyn, she does not like Mr. Darcy at all. And she's says, Mr. McGrath. And he's like, my name isn't Mr. McGrath, you should know that by now. And she's like, I know I was making a joke, but this banter is getting kind of flirty, and I like it. And then there's this priest guy, and he has a habit, I think, and his name is Mr. Collins. And Mr. Collins wants to marry Elizabeth too. Oh, she's a sex kitten. And then Mr. Darcy proposes to Elizabeth. No, the other guy proposes first. Mr. Bing Bong? No, it's the nun one. And then they all get into a fist fight over her, and teeth are flying everywhere. And she shouts, no, I am a lesbian. And then this little rat Charlotte comes around, and she's Elizabeth's friend's sister, or sister's friend, or something. And then she's like, hey, marry me instead, Mr. Nunman, and give me some cheese. And so the nun comes back with the cheese, and they all eat the cheese, and they feed it to each other all seductive-like. And then some crap happens with Mr. Bingley. It's sexy crap, Jemima. What is wrong with you? Well, I'm getting PO'd at how confusing the story is. You just gotta think about it like a Spanish soap opera. That's what I do, and it's hot. So, okay, anyway, Mr. Bingley sister sends somebody a letter, but I forget who. Oh, it's Mr. Darby, Mr. Goulans, Mr. Wickbum, Colonel Fitzwilliam. I don't know who it was, but it says Brahma Ding Dong, which is Spanish for something. Probably it means marry me. Yes, and then Jane, Elizabeth, one of them, both of them, they have a mental breakdown, and they do what any gal would do, and they stalk the man who broke their heart, because feminism. And then one of them goes to that little rat Charlotte, and she's like, here, kitty, kitty, kitty. And then they go to the countryside. And then they go to the city. And then they go back to the country, and a French person turns up. And it's Mr. Darcy's great Aunt Wilma. And she says, Buenos dias. And then Darcy finally proposes. And then Jane, Elizabeth. And both of them say no, because we're lesbians together. And then this evil guy, Mr. Whitbum, runs off with the little sister. And they go to Vegas to play the slides. And they're wearing feather boas. Oh, and they're making out on the pool table. But then Mr. Darcy finds him and he's like, listen, you guys, it's the 1300s. They have to get married if you're gonna wear feather boas. Oh, so they go to the Graceland wedding chapel and get hit. But then Jane looks at Darcy funny. Elizabeth looks at Darcy funny. One person looks at another person funny, and all the rest of the people are like, no, we're not getting married after all. But they do anyway. Yes, and then basically everyone gets married. Elizabeth gets married to Mr. Whitbum. No, the sexy one, Mr. Darby. Okay, fine. Elizabeth and Mr. Darby it is, and Jane marries Mr. Bing Bong. And they both say, we're lesbians. But lesbians aren't accepted in the 1100s, so I guess we'll just get married to the boys. For now. Wait, aren't they sisters? Who is? Elizabeth and Jane, aren't they sisters? Maybe. Well, they're lesbian sisters now. Gross! No, Jemima, that is not gross. We are feminists, and women loving other women is okay. And that is the true moral of Pride and Prejudice. There's just too many darn characters. I just want to punch all of them in the face. Actually, the true moral is you better get married as quickly as you possibly can, or else your life is over. It's an interesting moral, but also it's a load of horse poop. I am married, and I can tell you it is no bag of potatoes. I like shredded cheese on my potatoes. Oh, me too. Let's go get some to eat and some for me to smush with my fist. Okay, well, to wrap it up, we give Pride and Prejudice 3 thumbs up. It is not very feministic, there is far too much marriage, and there just isn't enough cheese. So it's basically 2.5 thumbs out of 10. This has been the Litty Bitties. We hope we're still alive for next week's episode. Tally-ho, potatoes! If you like death and destruction, sexy, sexy kissing, maybe you'll like our show, the Litty Bitties. Yes, they give us a show. And we talk about lots of things. Literature, love, feminism, death, and fupas.